Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl, AI the Great, and today I'm coming at you with another great video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. My content is fragrances, fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. Now let's get started. Finally complete. My Holy Grail.
Sipping from your cup till it runneth over. Holy Grail.
I know, dramatic. But guys, these 6 fragrances that are on my list for my Holy Grail of all time, my Holy Grail fragrances are that dramatic to me. But before we get into the fragrances, a lot of you guys are always asking me about my lipstick and you seem to like it. So this one today in particular is the Killian Lipstick, one of the Killian lipsticks that Bae bought me for Valentine's Day, and I love it. This is the color here. It's so pretty. The name of it is, it's number 120 Le Rouge Parfum, and this is a satin finish and it's scented with Love Don't Be Shy. Guys, amazing, like truly amazing. So you guys know how I'm always saying that it's a struggle, it's so hard for me to find my 10 for life niche or my 10 for life designer, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I feel so bad. Let me tell you something, I don't know what has gotten into me, but these 6 fragrances are my Holy Grail fragrances. There's no doubt about it, no question about it, and it was very easy for me to choose these 6. Notice that there's only 6. I'm usually doing lists of 10 for life niche, 10 this, 10 that. This was the easiest 6 fragrances that I've ever had to choose on this channel, and that is no joke. So let's get into the video, because the first one I have a little story time and I don't want the videos to be too long, as always. So the first fragrance on my Holy Grail list is Kriegler's Abracadabra, guys, and this fragrance is just that, magic. Seriously, magic in a bottle. So let me tell you about this fragrance real quick. I've never smelled any of the Kriegler fragrances before purchasing this fragrance and another one that I'll talk about in another video. And I've just seen it on vacation in a hotel. I think it was a Four Seasons hotel that I was in, and they had a little booth, like a little kiosk, kind of like a little area of where they had the Kriegler fragrances. This was prior to 2020, prior to the pandemic, so I was loving my fragrances and into fragrances always, like all my life. While I'm on vacation, I didn't want to stop and sniff fragrances, especially when I'm with Bae and he's so impatient. So that was that. Cut to about a few years later, a couple years later, in 2020. My frag friend here on YouTube and on Instagram, Cece, she actually told me that she was going to the Kriegler store and she was going to sniff some Kriegler. And I'm like, oh, okay. You know, let me know how it goes, girl. And she comes back and she's like, girl, I found the fragrances of life's life. Like, these are the fragrances that I was born to wear. Like, she was being so extra about it, guys. So I'm just like, okay, great. You know, I'm happy for you, Cece. Like, you got those fragrances, girl. Every day, you know, she would DM me on Instagram and she's like, have you gone to smell Kriegler? Have you gone to smell the fragrances? I'm like, no, not yet. Like, you know, whatever. Because I'm like, I have a list already, guys. I have a list, and I know that there's so many fragrances out there that smell so good that I'm missing out on, but I'm just like, I can't have all the fragrances, right? So long story short, she finally sent me like maybe the 20th message, like, you gotta go smell the Kriegler. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm already in the city. you know, I went to Bergdorf or something, possibly another fragrance, and I'm like, you know, let me hop over to the Plaza Hotel, because that's where Kriegler is sold in New York City, inside of the Plaza Hotel. So Bergdorf is right there, so I'm like, let me hop over to the Plaza and smell this Kriegler so Cece can get off of my back. Okay, so go into Kriegler. You know, the lady is like giving me the history and everything, and it's really interesting about, you know, the history of the fragrances. When I do a review, I'll go more into those details, but just for now, like, I want to try to make this as quick as possible. So I smelled 2 fragrances, Abracadabra 221 and number 19 English Promenade. So, and Cece gave me like a whole list of fragrances that I needed to smell. So when the woman sprayed number 19 English Promenade for me, I was sold. I was like, yep, wrap that up. I need the big bottle. And I smelled Abracadabra, and I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. It's nice. But let me tell you, I went in there because Cece hyped this up. Let me tell you exactly what she said this fragrance smelled like. She said this fragrance smelled like a scarf wrapped around God's neck. Guys, I'm like, I thought I was extra. Okay, so Cece is extra. So I went in there already like, this is probably not going to be that good, because people always tell me about fragrances, and when I go smell them, I'm like, it's cute, you know, like whatever. So I purchased 221 because that is more of my vibe and my style. Fragrances that I usually always purchase. I love anything with orange blossom and neroli. And then she told me that this was Audrey Hepburn, like the number 19 English Promenade was Audrey Hepburn's signature scent. And I love Audrey Hepburn. So I'm like, yes, give that to me. She was like, you sure you don't want to get Abracadabra? I'm like, let me see. Like, it's cute. I really like it. Like, I loved it. It was love at first sniff. But I just felt like, let me live with it a little bit more, because it was so hyped up. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't the hype that was making me want to purchase. It was hyped up from Cece. And I also saw my frag friend here on YouTube, Nika Marks, also had it, and she hyped it up. So I'm like, let me just make sure that it's not the hype, because sometimes you can fall into the hype and fragrances will kind of smell good to you because it smells good to people that you feel like, you know, you and them are like scent compatible. So I went to Bloomingdale's right after to see my frag friend Jonathan and purchase another fragrance. And I was like, Jonathan, smell these 2 fragrances. I had him smell number 19 English Promenade and number 221 Abracadabra. He said he loved 19, but he loved this one better. So I was just like, okay. And he's never heard of the brand, so that made it even better for me. So he wasn't a part of that whole hype train. So I had that in my head, like, okay, note to self, come home. Of course, I got a spray for Bae. I sprayed both of them on 2 different hands, and I'm like, Bae, which one do you like better? English Promenade was here. Abracadabra was here. He smelled English Promenade first and was like, this is good. This is rocking. Like, I love this. He smelled this and was like, oh, but this is banging. Like, this is... So I'm like, oh, man. Like, now it's too late. I'm already in Jersey. I can't go back to New York. Now I'm feeling like a fiend. Like, now I have to get it. Like, I'm breaking out in hives. I'm in a cold sweat. Like, I felt like I left like the fragrance of life behind. And she gave me a few samples. I'm just sampling them, like literally wasting the samples. I took a shower, put the samples, oversprayed the sample. Like, girl, it was insane. So the next day comes and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get this fragrance. It was a Sunday, but guess what? It was a snowstorm. But guess who braved it and drove through that snowstorm back to New York to get Abracadabra? Yes, I did, guys, because it was that serious. So this is an extrait de parfum, first of all, not an eau de parfum. This is an extrait de parfum, so you're getting the full perfume oil concentration in this fragrance. And for the money that you pay for this, guys, it's really pricey. I don't like talking about prices on my channel, but I will leave it in the description box below if you want to see how much this cost. So like I said, it's an extrait, and the main accords is a floral, warm, spicy fragrance. So the notes are aldehydes, bergamot, pepper, lily of the valley, hawthorn, sandalwood, vanilla, tonka bean, and white musk. Now, when you have a bunch of fragrances, and I'm seeing like over 100 fragrances and above, you've possibly, and even if you don't, if you go fragrance sniffing, if you have a lot of samples and decants, you've possibly smelled so many fragrances, and a lot of times fragrances that you purchase will smell like a fragrance that you either own or that you've smelled before that you don't own. But sometimes, you know, once you start sniffing a lot of fragrances, you're going to smell duplicates. This right here smells like nothing you've ever smelled before. This smelled like nothing that I've smelled. The aldehydes in the opening will possibly remind you of other fragrances that have aldehydes in them, like Chanel fragrances. But guys, this dries down to just its own magical fragrance. And the longevity, the performance, guys, let me bring it back. Let me bring it down, because talking about this fragrance just makes me excited. Everything that you want in a fragrance when it comes to performance, this is it. Everything that you want in a fragrance when it comes to smelling different, smelling rich, smelling exotic, this is it. You don't have to worry about this being a close to the skin scent, because it's not. You don't have to worry about it fading or fleeting after a few hours or a few minutes of you wearing it, because it won't. Guys, this is everything, okay? I need to stop talking about this because I have 5 more fragrances to go through. But guys, this one right here, Kriegler's Abracadabra, is pure magic. Okay guys, so next on my Holy Grail list is by the House of Sillage, Passion de l'Amour. And guys, you know, if you follow this channel and you know me, you know I love this fragrance. I speak about it all the time. I'm going to quickly go through this one. It's a beautiful scent. It has oud. It's a smooth oud. If you're not used to oud, if you feel like you don't like oud, try this one, because this may be an oud that you will not run from, because it's not a stanky, skanky kind of oud. It's a beautiful, soft, smooth oud, and I absolutely love it. So there's saffron, there's raspberry, caramel, ambergris oil, and oud. It's an exotic, a sumptuous, a warm, round, full, voluptuous fragrance, guys. Definitely, absolutely 1000% repurchase this fragrance from the House of Sillage. Passion de l'Amour by the House of Sillage. So my next Holy Grail fragrance is none other than Talea by Tiziana Tarenzi. Guys, this is now my favorite Tiziana Tarenzi fragrance. It pains me to say it because I have 12 Tiziana Tarenzi fragrances and I love all of them, but this is actually my favorite out of the bunch. Guys, it doesn't get any better than Talea. Super long lasting, super beast mode. I don't have to worry about, oh my goodness, I paid X amount of dollars for this fragrance and it's already fleeting on me. Not with Tiziana Tarenzi, at least not with Talea. Lovely, beautiful, just an amazing fragrance, guys. It's fruity, it's floral, it smells clean, it smells fresh. But these clean and fresh like kind of scents for Tiziana Tarenzi, it's still beast mode. It's nothing lightweight, it's nothing that you would wear to the office or anything like that. Let me tell you the notes. There's bergamot, there's Sicilian orange, there's hawthorn, there's Bulgarian rose, there's ambergris, there's pear, there's heliotrope, there's patchouli, ylang ylang. Guys, there's a bunch of notes in this fragrance, but for me, it's the rose and the pear that stand out. So if you love rose and if you love a juicy, succulent pear, guys, it's such a beautiful, fruity fragrance, fruity floral fragrance that lasts forever. Forever. Holy Grail, no doubt. Guys, if you've watched my fragrance collection video, you know that I had no memo in my collection. Guys, since that video, let me just tell you a little sidebar. Since that video, I have maybe 12 more fragrances that's been added to my collection. Please, let's not talk about it because it just pains me. It seriously pains me because I'm going above a number that I do not want to go past. I want to have a relationship with all of my fragrances. I want to love and wear and know my fragrances by name. I want to be able to sniff them and know what I'm sniffing. I want to be able to come on here and talk to you guys and know what I'm talking about. So I feel like the more fragrances I have, the more I'm going to be like, ooh, what's your name again? Like, who are you, girl? So I can't go above a particular number. So now I'm completely done until fall, winter. But anyway, I digressed. So this fragrance by Memo, guys, has beat out Killian's Love Don't Be Shy. Oh. Guys, I'm so ashamed to admit that. Like, if you know this channel and you know me, guys, you know I absolutely love Killian's Love Don't Be Shy. That's one of my favorite fragrances. It has 2 of my favorite notes, marshmallows and orange blossom. Guys, I love a marshmallow and neroli and orange blossom and caramel and sugar combination. Like, I feel like I need to stop purchasing fragrances like that, because like I need to stray away from it, because I have enough. Like, I have Benevolence by the House of Sillage, which is another orange blossom and vanilla and caramel sugar kind of, you know, fragrance. But those fragrances just work so well with my body chemistry. And let me tell you, those fragrances get the most compliments. Do you hear me? It's something about that orange blossom, guys, that when people smell it, they absolutely love it. This fragrance here by Memo, it's similar to Love Don't Be Shy, if you hadn't guessed it already. It has orange blossom. Let me tell you the notes real quick. It opens up with neroli, then there's petitgrain, there's bergamot, there's jasmine, there's milk, rose, cinnamon, marshmallow, Madagascar vanilla, caramel, musk, and cedar. Guys, this fragrance is Love Don't Be Shy on steroids, okay? And not because it's sweeter, because it's very sweet, but it has a greenness to it too, that it just balances and works and just makes complete sense. It stayed on me for the entire day. Before I took my shower, this is still on me, like on my skin, not my clothes. I mean, of course it's on my clothes, but it's always gonna be on your clothes, right? On my skin. And it wasn't like a deep skin scent where I had to like, you know, inhale my skin in order to smell it. Like, guys, this was on my skin and still projecting and still doing its thing. So this made me go purchase 2 more fragrances from Memo. We'll talk about that another time. If you love a sweet fragrance, orange blossom, neroli, marshmallow, sugar, but it has that greenness to it, so it's not going to be cloyingly sweet and overly sweet. Guys, this is amazing. So amazing, guys. Holy Grail. Okay, so now we have this powdery, white floral, luxurious, rich, classy fragrance right here. Danger by Roja Dove. Guys, let me tell you something. Okay, this, I didn't realize that I loved powdery fragrances. This fragrance let me know, like, girl, you love a powdery fragrance, because this fragrance is powdery. Let me tell you the main accords. It's powdery, it's citrus, it's vanilla, it's woody. This fragrance just makes me feel rich. It makes me feel classy. It makes me feel affluent. It's an amazing fragrance, guys. One of my favorite, maybe I'm gonna say my favorite fragrance thus far by the House of Roja Dove, because it's just everything. This is dangerous. Girl, you're dangerous. Let me tell you the notes. So there's lemon, there's bergamot, there's grapefruit, there's mandarin, there's rosemary, there's gardenia, jasmine, ylang ylang, violet, peach, clove, patchouli, sandalwood, vanilla, tonka, orris, and musk. Guys, let me tell you something. This fragrance right here is a powdery, floral, citrus bomb. So amazing, so good. It lasts forever. It projects. Now I just have one Roja cream that Bae purchased for me for Christmas. It's the elixir cream, and I've layered the elixir cream with this, and it works amazingly well. So I don't have to purchase, I don't even know if there's a cream to Danger. If there was one, I wouldn't have to purchase it, because my elixir cream goes perfect with this, guys. And look at the bottle. Like, guys, seriously, these Roja bottles are just, they make you just want to collect them. But aside from the bottle being amazing, guys, the juice is amazing as well. Danger by Roja Dove. Holy Grail. Okay, guys, so now we're at the final fragrance on my Holy Grail list. Comment down below right now. Let me know what you think that fragrance is. I'm not going to keep you in suspense anymore, guys. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. This is MFK's 540. And we all know the hype train. Listen, I'm driving that train, okay? This is amazing. I absolutely love this fragrance. This is a part of my Holy Grail. I do have the extrait, but for some reason, the original, it just does something for me, guys. I love it. It's an easy reach. It's a dumb reach. When I'm in here and we're going out and I have no idea what I want to wear, this is what I'm pulling for. This is just, it's everything. If I want to wear this to the supermarket, I can wear it to the supermarket. Well, you can wear whatever you want to wear, whatever you want to wear it. But this fragrance can be a signature scent. You can wear this wherever. And who wouldn't want to be known for this fragrance? This is the GOAT, guys. I talk about it all the time. You guys know I love it. Let me run through these notes real quick. There's jasmine, there's saffron, amberwood, ambergris, fir, resin, and cedar. It's an oriental floral fragrance. It's the GOAT. I absolutely love it. It's 540 Rouge. Never want to be without this in my collection. You guys know how I feel about the dupes and inspirations of. Just save your coins and get the real thing, because there's nothing like the original. Baccarat Rouge 540, Holy Grail. Alright guys, so we've made it to the end of the video. Thank you for sticking around. Now you guys know what I'm going to ask you. I want to know 6 of your Holy Grail fragrances. They can be designer, they can be niche, whatever. I just want to know 6 of your Holy Grail fragrances that are just, this is beyond a for lifer. This is the Holy Grail, guys. It's the Holy Grail. Let me know what your 6 Holy Grail is, and let's talk about it in the comments like we always do. Remember to stay safe, be great, stay great, and always strive for greatness. AI the Great signing out, but I'll see you in my next video. Peace.